Ik bin, je suis, yo soy, watashi wa nanu ni gosum. I am Chris, and this is Chris in English. And I want to know, what is your favorite James Bond movie? Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, Sean Connery. 90 years old today. And he doesn't look a day over 87. Yes, it's Sean Connery's birthday, the first James Bond. He used to be my favorite James Bond, but I like this Daniel Craig. He does a good job. Hello, Father. Hey, everybody, look, my dad is in the house. Good to see you this morning. I hope you're doing well. Our question of the day, what is your favorite James Bond film? Let me tell you what we're going to be doing in our show today. We'll talk about James Bond. I found some curious facts about the James Bond movies you might be interested in. I have a quick list of tips to help you practice your English. Even if you don't have an English partner to practice with. Even if there is a coronavirus that is stopping you from going out and seeing people who speak English, you can still practice your English, and I'll give you some tips on how to do that. We will have the coronavirus update, and of course, I'm going to give you your word of the day. Yes, I'll teach you a word that you can use in the English-speaking world if you are up to doing the work. Is that a hint? Up to doing the work? Is that a clue about what our word of the day today is? I bet it is. I bet it is. Let's get started. Let's do our coronavirus update. Yuka! I am so glad to see you today. I hope you're doing well. Senderi is in the house as well. Good to see you. I hope you're well. I hope everybody is healthy and safe. I hope you guys are doing well and keeping active. Here in San Diego, we're doing okay. We had some more deaths yesterday. Yesterday we had 187 new cases of coronavirus in San Diego County. And it looks like we had about 6 deaths. And each death is a sadness to us, of course. That said, the numbers in San Diego County seem to be going down to the point where we are still on track to open up soon. Our government is starting to make the plans for what that will look like, what that will be like when San Diego County reopens. As I find out, I will let you know. California has 673,000 total cases with 12,174 deaths. In the United States, we had 33,618 new cases of coronavirus yesterday, bringing us up to 5.74 million. We had an additional 339 deaths yesterday. My heart goes out to all of the family and all of the friends who lost someone to this horrible virus. But for the rest of us, I hope that we will continue to do this right thing. We all know what to do, right? Maintain social distance. Wash your hands at every opportunity. Wear your mask when you go out. Stay out of crowds. And of course, drink your coffee. It's good and good for you. That's a good cup of coffee. I know what you're waiting for, and you've been patient. It's the word of the day. Yes, my friends, it's time. I'm going to teach you a word that you can use in the English-speaking world. If you want to see the word of the day, you can visit the website, ChrisinEnglish.com, where you can see the word of the day every day. Our word of the day today, if you have the energy for it, if you have the strength, mighty, mighty. Good to see you. I hope you're well and healthy and safe. You're just in time for our word of the day. Our word of the day today, it's a noun. It's a good word. It's a once a week word. Maybe once every 2 week word. The word of the day today is indolence. indolence, and it means great laziness. Great laziness, a dislike of doing work. Indolence. Let me spell that for you. I-N-D-O-L-E-N-C-E. Indolence, great laziness. Here's an example sentence. You know it's hot in San Diego, right? We're having a heat wave. The weather's been in the 80s all for like a week and a half now. It's been in the 20s, 30s for you Celsius people out there. Because of the heat wave, I have been tired. It's true. The heat wave has inspired great indolence in myself. It has filled me with great indolence. It's too hot. I don't want to work. I don't want to clean my house. I don't want to wash dishes. I certainly don't want to wash my clothes and turn on the dryer, which is hot. I don't even want to cook in the oven. I have great indolence because of the heat wave. How about this one? One more sentence for you. Parents, and I think my dad is still watching. I don't know. Parents think teenagers have indolence. But really, the teenagers just don't care. They're not lazy. They don't have indolence. They just don't care. Indolence. Great laziness. That's our word of the day. Anyone out there have a sentence using our word of the day? Let me know. You can write it right here in the comments. You can send me an email later, chris@ChrisinEnglish.com. Or when I post this on YouTube, you can comment there. Just comment. I want to see your sentence using our word of the day, indolence. I-N-D-O-L-E-N-C-E. Great laziness. It's hard to study English during a pandemic. It's hard to teach English during a pandemic. I'm doing okay. I'm teaching online. That's a good thing to do. I actually am enjoying teaching online. I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I wasn't sure being so separated from my students was going to be good for me and my teaching style. But I like teaching online. I imagine, though, it's much harder to learn when you don't have a classroom. So I went online yesterday and today, and I did some investigation on some things you can do to still practice your English even when you're alone, even when you're not in a group. For example, do you talk to yourself? In the United States, I imagine most of the world, talking to yourself is a sign of not being quite stable. But the truth of the matter is, what science tells us is, the more intelligent you are, the smarter you are, the more likely you are to talk to yourself. Isn't that right, Chris? Yes, that's absolutely true. So, if you talk to yourself in English, it's actually a very good way to practice. You don't have a partner, you just speak out loud. What are you thinking? I am hungry for a hamburger. That's English. Say it out loud. Take every opportunity you can just to get some English out of your mouth. And talking to yourself is a great way to do that. Are you making plans for the weekend? Say your plans out loud. On Saturday, I hope to go to the beach with my friends, lay on the sand, and get a tan. Say it out loud. It's a great way to keep using your English. Just like thinking in English is a good way to practice your English. Did you know that it's possible to concentrate on thinking in English? In fact, my suggestion is that you take 5 or 10 minutes every day and just think in English. It's a hard skill to master, and I would be surprised that you could do it well for your first few times trying. But I promise you this, the more you practice thinking English words, the better your English will become in the long run. Thinking in English. It's the goal that we have in general when we learn a language, to start thinking in that language. Another thing that I suggest students do is list nouns. It's a silly thing, but it's actually very effective, especially for lower level students. Noun listing can be very helpful for building your vocabulary. Now, what is that? What is noun listing? Look around your environment. What do you see? And what is its name? Cell phone, coffee cup, Star Wars tie, second coffee cup with more coffee. Look around your environment. Do you know the English names for all of the nouns that are around you? If you don't, whip out your cell phone. Look up that word. You'll be practicing English. You'll be building your vocabulary. Noun listing is a very good thing to do. One more thing that you can do to improve your English, even if you don't have a class, even if you don't have a friend to practice with, watch a TV show and copy what you hear them say. Bazinga! For those of you Big Bang Theory fans, you know, bazinga! Yeah, repeat it. Do you hear a character you like say something? Repeat what they said. Are you not sure exactly what they said? That doesn't matter. Repeat what you think you heard them say. The goal here is not good grammar. The goal is to get English out of your mouth. The more we can get English words coming out of your mouth, the easier it will be for you to get the English words out when you do have a partner or when you are in a situation where you want to speak English. Yeah. Mimic what you hear on a TV show. Learn a song. Learn a song. Find an English song and learn it. And when you hear it on the radio, sing along. If it's the theme song to a TV show, the whole universe was in a hot red state. I don't know, but if you know that song, the theme song to the Big Bang Theory, you should sing it when you hear it. It's a great, great way to get English out of your mouth. The most important thing you can do, of course, is have fun. Have fun with your English. English shouldn't be a chore. You want to learn English, right? It's a goal. It's a dream. It's a hope. It's a plan. Make it fun, not a chore. If you bring a sense of play to your English language, then it won't be work anymore. And you'll be surprised at how much faster you will learn English if you can make it fun for you. That's it. That's how to practice English when you have no one to talk to. Any questions for me? Let me know. I want to hear. Of course, the other thing you can do to practice your English, you can write your teacher. He misses you. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-da-dum. No, 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 da 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 da. I'm a James Bond fan. Been watching James Bond since I was about a kid of 8 years old. Didn't really understand it when I was 8. It was just some movie that it was on that my family was watching. It was on TV when I first saw it, which means it must have been, I want to say that my first James Bond movie. Mighty, what's up? Mighty saying something. Talk to me. What is, Mighty's asking, what is my favorite TV show? Wow, that's a hard question, Mighty. It depends on a lot of stuff, too. How old are you talking? Do you mean me now, right now, or when I was a kid? Because those are different answers. Do you mean my totally #1 favorite TV show ever? Or do you mean my favorite comedy, as opposed to my favorite drama or my favorite documentary? It's hard to say. It is hard to say. Right now, Mighty say, oh no, Chris, right now, what is your favorite TV show right now? What am I watching? You know what I just finished watching on On Netflix, I just finished watching a TV show called Community. It's a 30-minute comedy. It takes place at a community college, and the characters are some of the students, some of the teachers, some of the administrators. It is, one, very funny, and two, it's very unique. It's not like most TV sitcoms, which is good. As a general rule, I do not like TV sitcoms. I used to love them. I used to love TV sitcoms, starting with Happy Days in the 70s, Cheers in the 80s, Seinfeld, and Friends in the 90s, then just kind of fell off. Community is a series on Netflix that you can watch. It's modern, it's funny, the characters are fantastic, and if you are looking for a show that you can use to improve your English, I think Community would be a good one. Make sure you turn on the captions. When you watch a TV show in English, you should use the captions. It's not cheating. It's helpful. You are getting the pictures. You're watching a show, so you see the pictures to help you understand. You're hearing the words to help understand. And you're reading the words to help you understand. You're getting the information in 3 forms. And that's going to help you boost your English. So please, when you watch, use the captions. Mighty, I'm glad to hear you're going to watch Community. Please come back here and let me know what you think. I hope you like it. Oh, let's see. On the set of Quantum of Solace, which isn't the last James Bond movie, I believe it is the second to last James Bond movie. James Bond car was an Aston Martin, a beautiful English car, a British car. But during the filming, one of the stuntmen, one of the drivers, lost control of this very expensive British car, and he drove it into the Italian Lago di Garda. The Largo di Garda. Now, for those of you whose Italian is worse than mine, and that can't be many of you, Lago di Garda is Garda Lake. It's a lake. So during the filming of Quantum of Solace, the stuntman drove the car into the lake. Now, just so you know, that's not the stuntman's job. His job usually is to keep the car out of the lake. There was a scene in... I didn't write down the name of the movie, but I'm going to say that it was Dr. No, the first one, where Sean Connery, 007, is swimming in a tank of sharks. Now, of course, you're not supposed to put your actor in a tank of sharks. It's very dangerous. So what they did, very smart, they divided the tank with a clear piece of plastic, plexiglass. So Sean Connery was on one side of the plexiglass swimming, and the sharks were on the other side of the plexiglass swimming. But what Sean Connery didn't know was the plexiglass wasn't long enough to go all the way from one end to the other. There was a 1-meter gap, and one of the sharks found the gap, was able to swim around the plexiglass, and started swimming with Sean Connery. A shark was actually swimming with James Bond 007. As you can imagine, Sean Connery did not like this at all. I don't blame him. Actually, Sean Connery had a lot of problems with animals while he was making James Bond. Sean Connery apparently is deathly afraid of spiders. And there is a famous scene in the movie From Russia with Love where there's a tarantula crawling on his shoulder. Take a look at that scene again. Take a look at that scene. I always thought it looked funny, and then I found out why. Sean Connery is deathly afraid of spiders, and he would not allow a spider to crawl on him. So what they did was they put a big sheet of glass over him, and they let the spider crawl on the glass. The spider's not on him because he's deathly afraid of spiders. Sean Connery. Happy birthday, Mr. Connery. 90 years old today. I love you. I don't blame you for your spider fear. It's just an interesting fact. Couple more. The person who has played James Bond the longest. It's hard. It's a hard record. Because the person who has done the most James Bond movies, I'm pretty sure, is Sean Connery. But the person who's been James Bond the longest is Daniel Craig, if you count by the number of days. Daniel Craig has been James Bond for 5,118 days. Probably a few more now since this article's a couple years old. Mr. Nemo, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for not having indolence today. Thank you for not having great laziness, a dislike of work. That's our word of the day, indolence. It's a noun, great laziness. And today is Sean Connery's 90th birthday. So we're talking about some James Bond facts. James Bond. Daniel Craig has been James Bond for over 5,118 days. He holds the record for being James Bond longer than anyone else. One more 007 fact for you guys. In the movie The Man with the Golden Gun, there is a fantastic stunt with a car. It's a great stunt. They do this thing where a car goes off a ramp, corkscrews, comes back around straight up and lands on another ramp and drives off. Corkscrew. Wow. I didn't write it down because I was a little bit silly this morning when I was doing my planning. I think Man with the Golden Gun is 1973, 74, something like that. Very hard stunt to do, a car corkscrew. I found out that this particular corkscrew stunt was the first time that they used a computer to plan and model a car stunt in a movie. This was the first time a computer was used to plan a movie stunt. Kind of interesting because now they use computers to plan almost everything in a movie, right down to what the actors eat for dinner. And that's not an exaggeration. So that's my James Bond facts in honor of Sean Connery on his 90th birthday. But our question of the day today, of course, is, what's your favorite James Bond film? For me, it's Moonraker. Love that Moonraker. Jaws with the metal teeth. James Bond goes to space. Yeah. Moonraker came out after Star Wars, so a lot of Moonraker was in response to that kind of science fiction, so they put James Bond in space. Yeah. I loved that movie. It was really good. And it's probably, I'll be honest with you, Moonraker is probably the movie that turned me into a James Bond fan. And it was probably because of that Star Wars connection. Nemo's answering me. Nemo's telling me his favorite James Bond movie is The Spy Who Loved Me. That's a great one. Nemo, yeah, that's a good... Nobody does it better. Makes you feel sad for the rest. Oh, The Spy Who Loved Me. That is a good one. Thank you for reminding me. You know, we're still on Corona lockdown. Maybe I have time for a James Bond marathon. Maybe I have time for during coronavirus. We have just enough time left, maybe, for a James Bond marathon. I'm going to give it a go. I'll keep you guys filled in on my James Bond adventure. Maybe I'll even drink a martini, shaken, not stirred. We'll see. That's what I've got planned for you guys today. We talked about a few ways to practice English when you don't have a English partner. Nemo's telling me he has seen the James Bond movies, all of them, about 100 times. Yeah, I've seen them a lot too, Nemo. I've seen them a lot. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a James Bond fan. Love James Bond. I did not like Spectre. The last one that came out, I did not like. Is it even the last one? I'm not sure now. I did not like Spectre so much that I kind of stopped paying attention to James Bond for a while. That's how much I disliked it. But I'm back! Just like James always comes back, I'm back. I'm a James Bond fan. So I'm going to maybe do my marathon this weekend. We'll see. Nemo saying he doesn't like Spectre either. I don't think we are alone in this, Nemo. I think that as far as James Bond fans go, universally, many people were disappointed. Casino Royale was fantastic. What a great way to reboot a story, right? What a great way to reintroduce this character in a modern world. That said, if you want to see the most interesting, strange James Bond movie ever, Nemo, there is another version of Casino Royale that came out. I want to say it was 1963? 1960, maybe 7? Look for Casino Royale in the 1960s. Great cast. Great cast. Inspector Clouseau was played by the guy who was in The Mouse That Roared. He also was in... Sellers. Peter Sellers. Woody Allen. Orson Welles. David Niven. This version of Casino Royale was an all-star cast. And yet it's the strangest, oddest James Bond movie you'll ever see. 1960s version of Casino Royale. Check it out, Nemo. I will be very curious to see what you think about that movie. My hunch is you'll find it interesting, but you'll think that Star Wars is better. Our question of the day for anybody who's coming in late, anybody who wants to answer later. What's your favorite James Bond movie in honor of Sean Connery, 90 years old today? Mr. Connery, thank you so much. You've given me so much pleasure. Your work has made me smile, has thrilled me, has given me things to think about. Not just as James Bond. Your filmography is full of entertainment. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations on your 90th birthday. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a great year. Nemo saying, what do you think about the one in the 60s where the Bond girl dies? Bond girls die all the time, don't they? I don't know which one you're thinking of. Maybe it's Goldfinger, where they paint the girl with the gold paint, and so she dies because she's covered with gold paint. Is that the one? I love Goldfinger. Goldfinger, ba-da-ba-ba. He's the man with the Midas touch. But you mustn't touch the George Lazenby one. Oh, yeah. Nemo, you are a fan. Very good, George Lazenby. I want to say that was on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Let's find out. I'm going to guess on His Majesty's Secret Service. Let's find out. on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yes. George Lazenby, for those of you who don't know, he was James Bond one time. He did one James Bond movie, and it's a pretty interesting movie. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite, but it's a really interesting James Bond movie featuring Spectre, which is the organization that is against James Bond. Blofeld, the big James Bond villain, is played by Telly Savalas, who later became a big TV star in the United States, probably because of this role. Yeah, that's a good one. I liked it, and it was a little bit shocking at the end. Those of you who haven't seen it, it's a 50-year-old movie. Spoilers are coming. Spoiler alert, it's a 50-year-old movie. Yeah, at the end of the movie, James Bond gets married, and his wife is murdered by Spectre. I liked that one. I liked that movie a lot. Yeah, I will definitely be watching it on my James Bond marathon. I'll let you know how that goes, guys. All right. Hey, what a great show. What did we do today? What did we talk about? We talked about lots of stuff. I gave you some tips for studying English. We talked about our James Bond films. Oh, my goodness, that was fun. And we'll be back tomorrow to do it again on Hump Day, Wednesday, as we make our way through the week. Thank you for watching. You are, of course, a great class. Thank you so much. I'll look forward to seeing you again. Until then, remember, my name is Chris. You can find me at ChrisinEnglish.com. My name is Chris. I love you all. Go away.